Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, where today I am showing you guys one of our new projects. If you haven't seen the short yet, this is going to be new for you. But if you have seen the short, you already know what's going on. We have a 2017 EcoBoost Mustang that has been wrecked, as you can tell, and rolled over. They surely did a number to it whenever they were in their accident. We also have a 94 Mustang that has no motor or transmission. So you can tell there. So the game plan, we're gonna take the motor and transmission out of that and put it in this. Why? Because it's different. I've seen some EcoBoosts swapped into Fox bodies, but I have not seen an EcoBoost swapped into a SN95 body yet. So I figured this would be kind of cool. Also, you know, by the time that I spend the money of building a 302 to put back into the 94 and maybe get lucky, you know, to get 300 to 400 horsepower, I can start off with a turbocharged 4-cylinder that's already putting out about 310 horsepower. So I think it's a little bit of a advantage there. Plus, you know, your power to weight ratio, you get a little bit more power out of, you know, out of the 4-cylinder, helps your weight out in the other car. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set you guys up real quick. I'm gonna pull the strap off of this, off the hood, pull this tarp off of the car, and I'll show you guys the motor and then the interior, because I'm gonna try to swap the interior out of the 2017 into the 94 Mustang. Now, I've seen one other person do this, so I've gotten the inspiration from watching her channel. So hopefully this works out. I know that she did a lot, her and her husband did a lot of modifications to the interior to be able to get it to work, but it does work. So I think that it looks a lot better on the S550 than it does in the 94. So I'll show you some, you know, interior shots of this, of the 2017 and the 94 as soon as we get to that point. Woo! Okay, so 2017 EcoBoost. So you can tell, there it is. Right there's the little itty bitty turbo. It's kind of hard to see in the shade there in the light here, but yeah, there's the turbo right there. Car's been beat up a little bit. Broke the intake whenever it was involved in the rollover. So I'll have to get a new intake for it. Simple enough. Let's see here. I don't know if you guys know this about the new Mustangs, the S550s, but they got the really cool, underneath the matting that's usually right there, you got the Ford or the Pony emblem right there. which I'm gonna cut that out and make that into some type of wall art for the shop. So, interior. Radio's not too bad. Dash looks like it's in fairly decent shape. Yes, I know the airbag blew out right there. We can buy a dash panel and we're gonna change that out so it'll be different. Airbag blew for the steering wheel, kick panel, easy enough. We'll just make it where it doesn't have a kick panel right there anymore. Steering wheel, maybe a quick disconnect unless we can find another cover to go right there, maybe another airbag to go right there. I don't know how much the airbags run. How many miles did it have on this motor? So the auto auction that I bought this at said it had like 80 something thousand miles on it, but the battery was dead. So whenever I unloaded it last week on Saturday, I took the battery out, put it on a trickle charger. So hopefully I can get some type of juice real quick here. Can we get some type of power? Oop, I hear hazards clicking. I do have power. Yeah. So I think they were off. That's 117 according to this. I wish there was a key fob, but yeah. Got seat covers on it. If you look though, these seats were still somewhat decent shape when they put the seat covers on them. Oh, you can't really see them, sorry. There you go. Somewhat decent shape. Not the greatest, but you could buy kits to reupholster these for a couple $100 off of LMR, which we'll probably do once we get to that point. Yeah, there's a couple little stains here and there. You can see it kind of. Well, not too bad. Hey, power seats work. Heck yeah, power seats work. Lumbar works still. Hey, if we can figure out how to wire that into the other car, that'll be cool. Well, hazards work. Hazards work, but there ain't no lights to flash. Yeah, window motors still work too. All right, so it's cool to know that some of the stuff works. I really wish I had a key to see if it cranks over though. Probably the next time I'll get me one of those trigger buttons. Try to figure out where we can jump to on the starter, wherever that is down there, and see if we can maybe hot jump it just to see if the motor, we don't need to see if the motor fires off. We just want to see if the motor will crank to make sure that there's no clunk clunks. I don't see any rods sticking out of the side of the block on either side. Where's the oil level at? Oil's right there, right in the center. So we're a little low on oil, but it had oil, so that's a +2. So, like I said, hopefully take this interior and swap it over to this interior. So, the tan and black It's kind of a special color for this car, but I am not the biggest fan of it. So we're gonna figure out how to swap that over too, because she swapped over the door panels and she swapped over the whole dash and the center console. I think the carpets she moved over too, maybe. The seats, she put aftermarket racing seats in hers because her and her husband made it into a drag car. So I'm going to cover the 2017 back up because it's we're supposed to have a pretty decent rainstorm come through here in Oklahoma tonight into tomorrow. And I want to try, I know all the windows are blown out. When I bought it, it was well, when I was bidding on the auction site, it showed pictures of snow being inside of the car. So I know that water's gotten into it before, but I want to try to keep as much water out of it now that I have it, so that we can try to salvage whatever we can. So yeah, hope you guys stick along with this build. It's going to take a little while just because of what we're doing with it and the process it's going to take, because we have to empty this engine bay out. So you can tell, still got AC lines all over. Got some typical Fox body and SN95 rot right there, which we'll have to chop out and clean up and weld back up. Let's see here, what else? AC lines, fuel rail, old throttle body, because we're gonna move it over to drive-by-wire like that one is. Yeah, a couple different things. It's just gonna take a little time. It's gonna take patience. Hope you guys stick with us. I'm gonna get this thing covered back up so that I don't lose anything. So follow along. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. See you on the next one.